Welcome to this course by the name Word Processing. I trust you're doing all good and you must have had time to log into your LMS just to see what is actually happening. Now, what I want us to look into this session, I want us to have a look at the course outline for word processing. We're also going to look into the course duration and also go into the details of how the assessment takes place. Now, once you have successfully logged into your LMS, this is what you're going to see as the first page. And as it is with other courses, it begins with week 0, which is the normal standard orientation. And there goes your course or module name and the level. And once again, this course is running for 20 weeks, just like keyboard, which is also running for 20 weeks. That is a year course, or in other words, 2 semesters. You are advised to read through the following document. This is coming from the Center for Distance and E-Learning, so make sure you read through this document. Myself, I am Wanga Charles, and I'm going to be taking you as well for this word processing until its completion. Go through the course description just to understand what the course is all about. We've also outlined here the outcomes of learning of this module. This part here, I want to leave it for you so you can read it and get to understand what the course is all about. I have also put here the course outline for this module. Advise that you go ahead and download it. After downloading it, open it, and once you have it open, this is how it looks like. It also just describes the course, outlines the learning outcomes that is expected of this course, and then the course content is organized as follows, where if you look carefully, we have about 6 units to touch on. Alright, so download the course outline and have a look at it so you can get familiarized with your course details. Okay, having said that, that is on your course outline, and now that we know where to get it, and also having indicated that this course runs for a year, let us look at how the assessment takes place. Now, this being a year course, we are going to give you 6 assessments, and these 6 assessments, 3 is going to take place this semester, that is CA1, CA2, and CA3. So it is required of you to be ready at all times. Do not wait until it is very late is when you sit down to do your assessments or to take your continuous test. So there's a lot to be done in this module. I encourage you just have to now schedule yourself, draw your plan how you want to study, such that when these tests are announced, you are not caught by surprise. Take note, however, we also have quizzes that comes in between and before the continuous assessments. So these quizzes also encourage that you take them seriously and do them to your best. Like after this session with you now, I am going to leave one quiz which I'm expecting to be ready by this Friday. I think that is 3 days of time, which is enough for you guys to complete that. So take note of the quizzes. When you see the quizzes, make sure you finish them. Alright. Have a look at the benefits of this course and how to get started with it. And may I also encourage a self-introduction in this module. Just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you. Probably what are you doing? Since you chose to do this on distance, you must be occupied. That is the reason you have chosen to do this on distance. So tell us a bit about that profession of yours that you're doing, and what are you expecting from this course? Okay, now if we move further on and look into This course, how it is arranged. If you look here, we have the module being organized on your LMS in patterns of weeks, whereby we have between week 1 to 3, we expect you to cover the part of using the application. And in here, if you look at your course outline, you'll see now that we have now stretched it further, and you could see the subtopics that is contained within using the application. Now in here, we'll be discussing key subtopics like the terminologies, the word window, creating a document and saving it. These are some of the key aspects we'll be looking under this week 1 to 3. So we will be starting with this one, and once you are in this week, I've noticed for a number of us, the first thing we always do is to scroll all the way down to the bottom page. No, I advise just click on your notes here, and once you click on your notes, it should be able to open on a new tab right there. But before we look into the notes, I already have mine open. Let me take you back here and look at how does the examination happen. Your examination takes place in October, November, since this is a year course, so you need to get ready. And by October, November, that is when you sit for one final exam that will come in October, November. One final examination, of which if you sit to do this, just make sure you score 60 and above. Try to score 60 and above. Should you not score that 60 and above, we will give you one chance again to write what is known as a supplementary. And this supplementary happens in January, February there. That is when the supplementary happens. So for your examination, which is the final examination, it takes place in October, November. This is when you do that. And then for the supplementary, in case you do not qualify in the exam, you do not manage to get that 60 and above, actually it is 50% and above. Just don't aim at 50, aim higher, so that it is even said those who are actually going to the moon, they always aim for the stars, and then when they shoot up above, the closest they can fall is the moon. So do not aim for the 50, aim for the 80, so that when you get down, when you land, you can land at 60 or 70 something. Now your supplementary takes place in January, February. Okay, that is when your supplementary will be taking place. So that is on your examination. The course material is fully online. What we have put for you here is exactly the material we are going to be using in this course. Like I said here, if you come to your module in the course content, the notes has the materials you need, and if you click on the note there, this is how the content is looking like. Besides this, another material that we are going to be using for this word processing are what I call practical files. Now if you open this, you will find I will be updating this every week on a weekly basis. I will be putting files which you will need to complete some of the exercises we are doing in this module. So once you open the activity or the exercise, will be asking you to open a specific file, and this is where you'll find those specific files. So in any case, I provide an exercise and the instruction is instructing you to open a specific file which you may have not created before. Then you have to look into this folder if I have uploaded the file in this folder. Alright, so keep checking into this folder. I will be updating it on a weekly basis for those supporting files you will need to complete the exercises. That is in this folder here. Now the forum discussion, this is also where you can put in some of your concerns. If you have some concerns you want to raise, then you can use the forum discussion to just raise it up. I'm always on these LMS. I'll be looking at it and responding as soon as possible. All right, so let's take a look at the notes. Now we have there, this is Microsoft Word terminologies. So we start looking at these terminologies, and I will provide another video that will be highlighting on the CA scope and the date that is expected of you to be writing these CAs. I will give the scope for CA1, CA2 and CA3. I intend to do that in another video, probably by next week or so. Now back to this. I am taking that you have opened your LMS and also opened your notes, because I want you to follow along with me, so we do this together. Now, while you have the notes open, I also want you to have your Microsoft Word document open, a blank Microsoft Word document open. So just make sure you have that open, and at the same time you have your notes open. What we want to look at here is a little bit of introduction, and also our main concern is to look into these terminologies here. Now, the document window, if we start by that, look into your Word document. This area where the typing happens, this area here, this is what you refer to as the document window. If you've not opened a new blank Microsoft Word from your computer, please do so, so that we see some of this document window. Okay, so the typed document appears in this area. It can also be called as the text area. This area here, text area, this part. So it is where you'll be typing, and you are seeing the text that you're typing appearing right here. Okay, that is your text area or document window. Then we have the cursor, this one here. Now the cursor is this vertically blinking line. If you see that line there, this vertically blinking line, and how do you control it? You control it with the mouse, this mouse here. If you want to move it elsewhere, you just use the mouse to control it. Right now, let us switch back to the LMS and then go to that our practical files folder. And then here we are going to open the document which is in there by the name history. So we come right here, and then this one, click to download it. It is downloading there, depending on the speed of your computer. If it is slow like mine, then it takes a little bit of some time, but here it is downloading. Once the download is complete, you should be seeing it in your folders. Come to your folders here, and here it is. So open this history document. We want to see how to use that cursor. So have the history document open. Once again, where do you get the history document? To get the history document, just come back to practical files folder. Click on it once, it will open up, and then click on history, it will download, after which once the download is complete, you open or show in folder. It should be under your downloads folder here, and then you just open it there. Once it is open, we want to see how to make use of the cursor. Okay, I trust yours is loading. Okay, once the download is complete, the opening of the document is complete, you'll notice that the cursor is somewhere there. You see that vertically blinking line. There's that line there that keeps blinking, you know, like a heartbeat. That is your cursor. Now, you'll be having instructions telling you to move that cursor to the second paragraph, or at the end of the second paragraph. Where is the second paragraph? Here is paragraph 1, and here is paragraph 2. So if we were to move this cursor from here to the end of the first paragraph, you use the mouse and bring it here. Okay, and then the next instruction will follow. Okay, that is on the use of the cursor. Also, until now, you should be having two documents. One is the blank new document, which is document 1, and the other, which we have just opened, which is the history document. Let's go back to our notes here, and then we look at the view buttons. Now, these view buttons, to demonstrate where they are and their function best, let us use the history document once again. So we switch to our history document. To switch to this document, just come here to a taskbar. The taskbar is that bottom part of your desktop where you will be seeing the applications which are open. So point to the word icon, then switch to history here like that, and then we are here to demonstrate how to use the view buttons. Now the view buttons, if you want to see where they are in Microsoft Word, we use view buttons to change the document views, like this hit document here. If we want to change the view type to another one, currently the default view type that you can see here, to find out, you come to the view button here, click on it once, and then under views, for those who are having Microsoft Word 2010 or 2016 and below, it will be written as document views. So you click on view tab, and then there is document views or just views, and then you have the read mode layout, the print layout, the web layout, the outline view, and the draft view. So as you can see, the print layout is the default one, this layout you are seeing here. Let us change it to the read mode layout. Sometimes it may be called full view reading mode. That is what it can be called sometimes. Let's check back here. We have the print layout, the full screen reading is. So sometimes it can be called the full screen reading like this. This we have changed to the full screen reading mode, which if you come here, it is the read mode. Now to switch back to another mode, you can either press the escape on your keyboard while you are on full screen reading mode. To switch back to the default view, you can either press the escape key on your keyboard, the key written ESC. You press it once, it takes you back to the print layout view. And then once again, we change to another view, click on view tab, and then let's try the web layout view. Click on it once. This is how the web layout view looks like. Okay, we change to outline, click on outline again. We are still under the view tab. Then this is how the outline view looks like. It looks as if now the paragraphs has been given bullet points. That is how the outline view looks like. To close the outline view, just click on this. It is closed. And then let's change to the last view type, which is the draft view. And that is how the draft view looks like. Okay, switch back to the print layout. That takes you back to the print layout. And these view buttons, you do not only find them under the view tab, they are also here by your status bar. This area here where you have page 1 or 1, number of words, this part here is known as the status bar. We'll see it now. And on the status bar, you find these view buttons. You have the read mode, print layout, and also there is the web layout. But if you want to also see them again, you have them here under the view tab. Okay, that is on the view buttons. Horizontal ruler and the vertical ruler, this helps you set measurements in a document. Here is the horizontal and here is the vertical. We'll see how to make use of this in topics to come ahead. Right now, just know where they are, but I'll take note. Sometimes the ruler may disappear. How do you get it back? To get it back, just come to the view tab, and you can see there's a tick here in this checkbox. Take it out, the ruler is not there. Click back on it, the ruler comes back. So should the ruler be not available in a Word document, you can activate it by going to the view tab and then putting a tick here. That is how you activate the ruler in case you do not see it in a Word document. Once again, you should be having two documents. One should be empty, the other is the history document. And where to get the history document? Right here on our LMS. If you come to the practical files, you click on that. The history document is here. Click to download. Once it is downloaded, you find it under your downloads document. Open it. It is what we are using for demonstration in this session I am having you. The ribbon. The ribbon here includes buttons regularly used for computer functions. Now let's go back to our history again. The ribbon is this part here where you have the file, home tab, this whole area. That becomes your ribbon. Now the ribbon is made of two parts. The tabs, which is this. Let me show you that clearly. Scroll all the way down here. Not the way down, but click on your number 2 here in your table of contents. If you do that, here is the ribbon. It is at the top of the Word window. The top of the Word window, which means here. All of this, it is below the title bar. Where is the title bar? This area here. This is your title bar. So if I have an arrow pointing here, I am pointing at the title bar. Below the title bar is the ribbon. And the ribbon, as we can see from our diagram here, it is made of two parts, the tabs and the groups. What are the tabs? The tabs are the file, home, insert, page layout, and under each tab you find there are groups. And that is why we say the ribbon is made of two parts, the tabs and the groups. So look at the home tab. Right now I have the home tab selected. Under home tab there is how many groups? 1, the clipboard, 2, font, 3, 4, 5. In my office I have 6 and 7. Yours may be different, but we're still looking at groups. Now if you click on home, there is the clipboard group, the font group, the paragraph group, the styles group, and the editing group, like that. Look at the insert tab. If you click on the insert tab, you have the pages group, the tables group, illustrations, media, links, comments. So for each tab, there is a set of groups you find under each tab, like that. Take note of this because instructions are coming asking or directing you to select a specific tab, go to a specific group and apply some formatting features. I should also remind you that for each of these groups there are a set of buttons. In other words, they can be called command buttons. Now these command buttons assist you in applying formatting features like the bold, italic, underline. So let's say like in the font group here, we have bold, italic, underline. In the paragraph group, another set of buttons or command icons are these alignment features here, the line spacing, the bullets, and the numbering. So 3 things you need to take note of here: the tabs, the groups, and these buttons under each group. Okay, that is well understood. I trust that has reached home. Okay. Moving on, we have the scroll bars. The scroll bars help you to see areas of a document which are not in view. Here is the scroll bar. If you want to view this section which is at the bottom, you use the scroll bar. And if the document is also large and the view of the screen is a bit limited, you will also get a horizontal scroll bar down here. So you can move left and right. You can also move up and down using your scroll bar. And that is the scroll bars. And then we have the task pane. Now, certain common tasks in Microsoft Office 2010 are organized in panes that are displayed on the right-hand side of the window. It can be kept open while working on a specific document or relevant task. For example, let's go back to our history here and click on Insert. And then choose to insert, let's say, what now? Is it shapes or pictures? Okay, let's see. let's see what. For your Word, if you have, I'm not sure what version of Word document you have on your computer or laptop, but if you have, if you go to Insert and you could find Clip Art, click on that Clip Art, you should have a window appear here like this. It should appear right there. So it allows you to perform specific tasks on a document, and you can close it or show it once you need it. So just go to Insert and find Clip Art amongst these buttons here. If you click it, you should have the task pane appearing this side like this. That is on the task pane. And then the status bar, like I mentioned before, your status bar is this area here, which shows you the page number of a document, the number of words in this area here, and on it you also find the view buttons and the zoom level. Here you can use to zoom this document. If we want to zoom it, we just click on that, the minus and the plus, make it expand that way. The default is always 100. The enter key, suppose we want to make a paragraph. Let's try that on our HT document. Suppose we want to make 2 paragraphs from this second paragraph. Let's say we want this third paragraph to start with the word during the 1850s. We bring our cursor right here at the beginning of during, and then you press the enter key twice, like that. And then another paragraph is formed, and that is using the enter key. The tab key, if we want now to form back that paragraph, or we want to merge the second and the third paragraph together, we once again make sure our cursor is at the beginning of the other sentence which we want to merge with the previous one, and then you press, this is using backspace. I'll show you tab key now. If you want to merge this paragraph together, you use the backspace. However, to use the tab key, if you have seen documents starting like this, that is the use of the tab. You put your cursor there and press the tab key on the keyboard, it creates this. That is also the use of the tab key. It gives you 5 spaces it moves the cursor 5 spaces inwards, so you can create this kind of formatting. That is the tab key. Then the delete, that if you delete a character or space directly to the right of an insertion point, then you use the delete key. The backspace also can be used to delete a character or space immediately to the left of the insertion point or the cursor. Take note of this insertion point. It is similar as the word cursor. Capital letters, that you get capital letters you get using the shift key on your keyboard, or you simply press the caps lock. That is how you get the capital letters. There's a shift key on the keyboard. You just have to hold it down and press the key you want in capital letters. Else, you just press the cap locks once. Once you type the capital letter, then you put off the caps lock. But that can be so much. The best is just to hold down the shift key once, press the letter that you want in capital letters. Now, when it comes to selecting a text, let's try this. Suppose I ask you to select for me the first paragraph and the third paragraph. How do you do that? Let's see. Select this and also select this one only. Can you do that? I'll leave that for you to practice with. Now, moving on, I want us to quickly look at now the word window. Now this word window here, as you can see it, I want us to try one thing. Let us try to take a screenshot of this word window here and take it to that blank Microsoft Word document we have open. So how do you take a screenshot of this? To take a screenshot of this document, you press the key on your keyboard known as print screen, or PRTSCR. Okay, press it once, and then though you'll see nothing happening, what you press it only once, it has copied. Then come to your Microsoft Word document. Come to your Microsoft Word document and paste it. To paste, just click on this. Just press the print screen key on your keyboard on your side. Press the print screen key on the keyboard. It will act as if it has copied the window that you have in front of you. Then come to the blank Word document which we opened before. Click on paste. Okay. You wait for it to paste. Like that. There it is, pasted. Suppose you brought the whole window, you may need to crop this, and to crop it, what will you do? You simply select like that, and then come to picture format. After you come to picture format, there's crop here. Click on it once, and then these black areas of the image will appear. Just click on this and move like that. Do the same with the top. Just make sure you move it until there, and this side also move it like that way, and then press enter. It should only be this window that has been cropped. You see? Perfect. As clean as that. That is going to come in very, very helpful. Now, suppose I ask you to create a table. How will you do that? Let's try to do that. This table, we are going to need it for a specific task to come. Let us try to put a table in here. Press enter so that your cursor moves down there. And then we are inserting a table. To do that, come to the insert and then table. And then here, let's say we want about 5 columns and 5 by 5 columns like that. And then I ask you to take or identify at least 5 tabs and type them there as the table headings. So let's say home as one of the tabs, insert is another one, we have layout as another one. Then under each of these tabs, list the groups found, or at least 5 groups found under home tab. So if I come under home tab here, the groups I could see there is clipboard, another one is the font, another one is the paragraph, like that. You see? So you do the same for the rest. That is how you insert a table, and if you're to manipulate the content, that is how you will go about it. Now, for a proper working or the exercises we'll be doing in this module, it is best you create a folder in your computer or C drive where you can safely save all your work. So let us see how to do that. I want you to go to your folder here and then click on local disk C there. Then in here, create a folder and call it CIIP. Okay, type this. Please do this on your computer, CIIP. Once you have created this, open your CIIP, right click again, come to new, click on folder and type SOA, that is Secretarial and Office Administration. Open it, right click, come to new, another folder, and type certificate. Okay, inside your certificate, right click again, create another folder. Let's call it now, give it a student number, like for example 2025 1, that is your student number in case. Open it, and then inside the student number here, we are going now to create one final folder. We are going to call it LDI exercise. LDI exercise. So this is where we are going to be saving every exercise we are doing. You save it here, such that when I ask you to upload it, you can find it easily in this folder here, which is under the folder you gave the name. But the main root is where? Here in C drive, CIIP, SOA, certificate, your folder, and then your LDI exercise folder. Now let's take we want to save this in there. How will you do it? You come to File and then click on Save As. You wait, and after that has showed up, you click on Browse. We are learning how to save, though this is another topic coming in our next discussion. And then the next thing you want to do is to select a location. Right now we are in my documents folder. No, don't save it there. What you do, you come and save it where? In C drive. Then CIP, open SOA, certificate, your folder, LDI exercise. It must be in here. And then the name comes there. So let's say we want to save this as our, let's call it activity 1. Let's call it activity 1, and then you click on save. The document is now saved in that way. Okay, so that was on the document window. We've also looked at the ribbon and how the parts of a ribbon. Until now, we looked also at how to create a document and saving it. But we'll look more into this in our next discussion, creating a new document based on what templates, all these, and saving a document based on different file formats. We'll look into this once again. But all that we have discussed up until now was just to brief you guys on the course outline, the course duration, the assessment, your examination, and the course material. Now that you have some way how to proceed with this, I will follow up with, I will upload a quiz which I expect you guys to complete at least by this Friday. It should be ready. You upload it and then I will have a look at it. Once again, thank you very much for having watched this. Until next time, bye bye.